We are live, man. Welcome to the Platform Podcast. Another episode with your boy, man. What's new in H Town, man? What is new in H Town? We have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to talk about. We gotta get right into it. Jump right into it, man. There were a couple upsets last weekend, week one in Texas high school football, particularly in Houston. One that I didn't see coming. This game took place in Dallas, Houston versus Dallas, North Shore versus South Oak Cliff. South Oak Cliff came away with a 41-31 victory. Now, I don't think I'm more surprised that Sock won more than I am that they scored 41. Re- Keep in mind, this is a team that had a donut, literally laid an egg last year in the same against the same opponent. I get it, teams is much different. Guys graduate, some transfers. I get all of that. I get that part. But to go from zero to a 41 to score 41 points, a 10-point win against a school like that, a powerhouse like that, and I'm not gonna look at it like, okay, it's a 5A school or 6A, like, no, because it just go about numbers. They don't really have nothing to do with the talent. The boys talented over there. They send D1. They send kids to D1 Power Four schools just like North Shore does every single year. So we're not gonna do that. But they definitely were the underdog. We're gonna get that clear. They were underdog. We not make no mistake about it. I feel like in the second half, North Shore offense came alive, but the defense couldn't stop nobody. I feel like they were just running the ball, doing whatever they wanted to do. Like South Oak Cliff definitely was the tougher team. They looked like the tougher team. Um, then you got Katy. Katy, another powerhouse. Probably the biggest or the most recognizable school in the Houston area. They go and lose to Dickinson. They lose to Dickinson 34-21, right? Yeah. 34-21. They lose to Dickinson. And I knew that game would be a tricky game. I did. Dickinson is always been a scrappy team the last several years. 80, it's like they a step behind. They've been a step behind for the last 2-3 years. And it's hard to pinpoint what it is because the formula is still the same. And maybe look, I don't even want to say that. I don't even want to say that, but I don't know, maybe schools are just start to figure it out what they have to do and coming up with a formula that's general for everybody. But Katie definitely needs to bounce back in the big way. Then you have Shadow Creek versus Summer Creek. Summer Creek pulled away with a 5-point win. This a game that probably Shadow Creek probably just ran out of time. Probably a stop, maybe two stops, too short. You know, um, they played well. They played well all across the board. But man, I think Summer Creek just one of those teams who just know how to win. The quarterback Noah Spinks, he seems like the real deal. I've been telling y'all about Benny Easter. He's the real deal. They give me Coach Kenny, man. He got them boys ready to go. Make that boy about to make them another run. They about to make them another run for sure. Then you got Lamar versus Tascasita. I was at that game, but Tascasita pulled away. Lamar jumped out early. 14 nothing. 14-0. People thought like, oh, whoa, what Lamar on? Who they feeling like? Like, Cardi Mack, the Mac attack, you know, he went crazy. CJ Tony went crazy. Everybody did their thing, Shia Lamar, they got some playmakers, man. Enrico, Jacarsta Lander. They got some ballers over there. It's no shame in losing to Atascocita. It's one of the best teams in the state, one of the best teams in the country. Been that way the last several years, you know. But that's my school, so they hit different for me. But shout out to them boys over there in the A, man, A way. You got CE King versus Westfield. Now, I did not expect this score to be like this, but I'm not surprised at the winner. C King won 32-14, and I'm not sure if the score was even that close. C King have probably the best playmakers on the outside that they've had in a long time. Deion Sims, man, you can make a case that boy one of the best backs in Texas, hands down. Uh, but man, it was just several upsets that I didn't think that would go a certain way. So a couple teams just got mauled. Shout out to Richmond Randall defending 5A state champions. They took care of business against Foster. I thought Foster would put up a little fight. Man, it was a no contest. Five, eighth annual, 55 to a peephole, baby. you know, man, that boy, I seen the highlight of Landon Callis Williams or Williams Callis. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. That boy, that kid is amazing, bro. That kid is amazing. He did a spin move like a juke step back and took off down the side. That's crazy. They're gonna be hard to beat, especially if they can have a balanced attack offensively. You know what the defense is gonna do. All right, man. Week two. Week two, we are here. I'm gonna just read off a couple games, man. A couple games that I'm interested in. First, I want to shout out to our colony for being Marshall, Ridge Point, and Richmond Randall on taking care of business. They, no upsets there. Our colony, they one of them teams you got to look out for. Marshall, I would like to see a little bit more offense, but definitely take the wins against the feisty Ridge, Friendswood team. Sorry. But let's get into these week two matchups, man. We have Westfield versus Hot Tower. Hot Tower, I did not know what to expect from you guys. I definitely got a good win last week. Westfield, you got to bounce back. C King thumped you. You got to bounce back. You got to figure out a way, man. Shake it out. Shake off that rust. Where the Westfield of old is known for defense. Giving up 32 points for Westfield in high school, it may not sound like a lot, but for a school like Westfield, that's a ton. That's like 50 points. Like Westfield known for their defense, you know what I'm saying, and running the ball. They got to shake back. I think I don't know about this game, and I think it'll be a close game. I don't. It's hard to call. I think it'll be a low scoring game, like 17-14. I'm gonna go. Man, you know what, man? I'm gonna go with High Tower, man. 17-14. Westfield. I think they got some things they need to work on. A lot of things they can work on. Ridge Point and Fulshire. Fulshire lost a lot of talent last year. A lot of talent, and it showed in week one. Ridge Point got all the talent, and they lost this game against Fulshire last year. I don't expect that to be the case at all this year. I expect this game to be at least a 15-point win for Ridge Point. At least. And that's no disrespect to Fulshire. There's no disrespect whatsoever, but I just think Ridge Point, they own one this year. Quarterback didn't play Roman Seymour, but they got ballers. Next man up. School like that, man, you just keep rolling them in. They got ballers. And I think they're gonna keep the train rolling this week. You got Lamar versus Summer Creek. Lamar versus Summer Creek, I'm ride or die with my school, man. Summer Creek, they shut Lamar out last year. They shut him out. Blank, zero, nothing, zilch. I don't expect that to be the case at all. I definitely expect Lamar to fight. I feel like Lamar can't have that sequence where they just get stagnant offensively, and then you start looking at like, man, what's going on? Like, because they tend to have that every now and then. Like they get lost. They're kind of like stuck in mud. I feel like Lamar always been a good team when they have the momentum going and playing in front. I'm not even going to say playing in front because they did that last week. Just some consistency throughout the entire game, So I would like to see some adjustments made, and I know Coach Lindsey is the heck of a coach. He's gonna have those guys ready, man. Shout out my boy Coach Bro over there too. So that's home team. Got to ride with the home team. Summer Creek coming though. Summer Creek is a legit state caliber championship type of team. They will be ready. And you got Crowley versus North Shore, not North Crowley, because you will get in trouble by saying that. Not North Crowley versus North Shore. North Shore won this game last year in Crowley. Now this will be played here in Houston. They look to get some Dallas get back, some Dallas get back from last week. I expect North Shore to win this game. I don't expect it to be easy. Though. I do think the Crowley has some talent, even despite all the people say they won last year. I mean, the game was closed last year because of the turnovers that North Shore had. Hey, it is what it is. Crowley forced them. But I think even now, even with that being said, I think I still like Crowley as a good team. So I don't. It's not going to be a pushover. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a fairly decent game. I got North Shore taking the dub in this, man. Caleb Maryland, Aubrey Johnson, who had a monster game last week despite the loss. I think the Boston is gonna keep on rolling, man. And last but not least, my game of the week: C.E. King versus Dickinson. Both programs coming off of massive victories, huge wins over two great programs historically in Westfield and Katy, and they go head to head. They go head, and this is gonna be a good matchup. This is gonna be a good matchup. I like to uh see King receivers matchup against Dickinson's DBs. To me, that's the matchup to look for right there. Um, as far as prediction goes, I'm on the C King train, man. I'm rolling with it. I'm rocking. I want to see. I think Dickinson definitely can get the win, but man, I'm gonna go. A little ugly score, man. Last second field goal, 32-33. That's how I'm gonna go in this game, man. And it might not even be that many points, but that's how I'm feeling right now. All in all, Houston, I feel like this year is wide open. So if you one of them teams that can get hot, you might have a player who, been on the team for a couple years, an experienced player, and this is his year to pop. If so, this is the time to do it. I think it's more wide open than it has ever been, from 4A to 5A to 6A to just all over. So if you want to, climb that ladder and get one of them rings, man, I think this is the year to do it. I like a lot of teams in the city. Man, I am very excited for what's to come next. This week gonna be crazy. The week after gonna be crazy. The week after that gonna be crazy. Every week it's a fire game. It's a hot ticket somewhere Thursday, Friday, Saturday, man. No place like Texas, no place like Houston, man. We out.